Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday. We had a really good one in the sense that today we talked all about Audre Lorde Zombie and all about those moments in the text that were really awkward. Mostly about the erotic, but some about just bodily functions. And I think we had a really honest and engaged reflection on what and how she wants us to kind of counter the dominant cultural narratives and the dominant cultural narrative structures. And so I definitely get the sense that most of you have a place or a space that you're kind of creating within yourself and kind of understanding this type of literature. And I urge you to take a look at Audre Lorde's short essay called The Uses of the Erotic. The Erotic is Power. It's a great piece that can really help to contextualize why she does this. Not just in this piece, right? Not just in Zombie, but also in like all the other pieces of poetry and other elements that she writes. I loved our conversation today, and I thought it was so good because it showed us all in a place of vulnerability. And isn't that really where the awkwardness comes from? Is because we feel vulnerable, that we feel like we are exposing ourselves to something because we have a sense of tension with that type of experience. And I mean, I think that's ultimately where it comes from. It doesn't come from like just because it's weird, but it comes from the fact that it makes us vulnerable. And I think that when we do that, when we inhabit that space, then we really are breaking the dominant cultural narrative. What you guys are doing for class on Friday is you're reading the last portion of it, and then I would like you to respond to 2 prompts instead of the log. Number 1, what are the specific identities in this passage that overlap and intersect that make people vulnerable? Racial concerns, status as a woman, different economic concerns, things along those lines. So what are some of the identities that are overlapping or intersecting in this passage? And how do they overlap and intersect? And then, of course, who are the people or ideas in this passage that have power or even privilege? And how is that expressed in the text? And I think that we're going to talk a little bit about the intersections and interactions with justice and human natures, and really talk about like how does this text speak with and to these issues of justice. And we're going to talk about it in class on Friday. So bring your text, but also have these 2 pieces that kind of really will help to contextualize it. So let's take a look at what class today was. Weird because of the material. It was weird. Interesting. Bored something because we talked about weird things. Class today was uncomfortable because of, well, and it was good because we have a great conversation about the book. I think we did have a really good one. Interesting because of the discussion. Moist. Thank you, Sean. Dark because it's cloudy out. Okay, that's a little obvious. Good. We had a good conversation. It was a learning experience because we learned more about each other, which I would agree too. Uncomfortable because I was in disequilibrium. Nice to mention the Piaget. Good because I didn't have to talk too much. It was too much. And it was funny due to embarrassment. Well, it can be here's one more. Uncomfortable because I don't like this. That's okay to not like it, because that means you really are wrestling with some of those dominant cultural narratives in your own mind. And isn't that really what the ultimate project that we're doing here in this classroom and this place of higher learning is that we're trying to figure out like what is it that makes us comfortable and uncomfortable in our own skins and in our own stories and in our own place and space. Like that's the cool stuff. But that's just me. Anyway, so finish the book, answer those 2 questions, bring them to class or post them on Moodle in the same place of the discussion board. And then we'll chit chat on Friday. Thanks so much, and you guys have a great day.